All right, so I'm Barrett Ersick. I'm founder, CEO of Holganix. And at Holganix, we manufacture and distribute microbial products that help drive soil health, plant health, ultimately leading to fertilizer efficiency and yield for the farmer. Before I get started, let's just take a look at these statistics here. In 2020, in the United States, we spent $18.6 billion on fertilizer. Yet, it's estimated that only half of that actually went to the plant. So we spent 50 cents of every dollar we spent on fertilizer actually goes to feed the plant. Well, that doesn't make any sense. What happens to the rest is it gets tied up in the soil in a form that the plant can't use. It volatilizes into the atmosphere or washes away into non-target areas. And so that is a frustrating thing because fertilizer loss is farmer loss. And these days, that's more true than ever. Imagine what those numbers look like if you plug in today's fertilizer values. So that's where Bio 800 technology comes into to help the farmer. At Holganix, our flagship technology is called Bio 800 Plus. And we call it that because we use a consortium approach that uses over 800 species of bacteria, fungi, amoeba, and protozoa that are all working together in a system approach to drive healthy soil and healthy plants. The benefit to the farmer is we typically see a 2 to 10 times return on investment in yield. We also help pay for ourselves right up front with fertilizer efficiency. We improve the health of the soil and the health of the plant and dramatically improve roots. So at the end of the day, we help the farmer improve profit per acre while also driving soil health long term. It's really a triple impact on the farm that we're helping with. So we've got that fertilizer efficiency that we get right up front at planting. We mix right in with a starter, and we make that starter get to the plant more efficiently because we give the right microbes that are there to help make those nutrients, keep them in the soil, and make them available to the plant. We also help increase yield. So at the end of the year at harvest, we typically see yield gains that give us a 2 to 10 times return on investment. And we also have a carbon capture play here where we typically see 4 to 10 times more biomass and root mass, weighable root mass when we use our microbial consortium. Those roots are really sinks that pull CO2 out of the atmosphere. And in conjunction with the microbes that we're fostering around the roots, those microbes actually convert that CO2 into a carbon that the plant can use. So it's really a triple impact on the farm. You know, this microbial technologies right now there's a lot of innovations happening in microbial technologies, and if you're on the farm, I'm sure people are presenting microbial solutions to you. So how does Holganix stand apart from the competition? We're really a paradigm shift compared to how everybody else is looking at microbials. If you look at any other microbial that you're using on the farm, simply ask the supplier or just look on the back of the jug and how many species of microbes do they have? It's typically a single species bacteria. Maybe it's a half a dozen. If it's 12, it's a lot. At Holganix, we're using over 800, not just bacteria, but also fungi, amoeba, and protozoa. That biodiversity gives us a significant advantage over our competition because, look, every acre is going to be different on your farm, let alone every farm is going to be different. Because we have over 800 species, we may not need all those species in every single acre, but we got the ones that you will need, and it's a smart, adaptable technology because we've got such good biodiversity. We get results in a single year with a single application. But also, the more you use it, the better the soil gets. So it's got a compounding effect. And if you look at Holganix, we know that it's alive and active biology. You know, sometimes I think people get microbes and they're not sure if they're even alive. At Holganix, you know ours are alive. We use cold chain storage and supply as we get our material out to you. Now, it's not ice cream. You've got 4 weeks out of refrigeration to use it, so our distribution has them stored in refrigeration. You get them out and you put them down a planting. But because we use that cold chain supply, you know you're getting an active, living microbe that's ready to go to work for you right out of the jug. So here's just a case study of one of our customers. This is kind of a typical use scenario. This is John Nelson out in South Dakota, 205 bushel per acre corn. So it gives you an idea of the type of operation he's running. Using Holganix, he was able to reduce his inputs by $50. You can see the NP and K reductions there. The material, our Holganix, costs just under $10 an acre to put down, single application at planting. So he invested $10 in Holganix, and he got a $41 improvement on yield, giving him with a 7 bushel per acre improvement. So if you look at that, we got the profit per acre both on the numerator and the denominator, inputs and yield, gave John Nelson an $81 per acre advantage. So that's putting money back in the farmer's pocket, and that's exciting to us. At the same time, we're helping them drive soil health long term. And it was a really dry year that year as well. You can see the roots on the Holganix. That gives you an idea of what we're helping that plant do. And that was 10 inches of rain he had that year. Corn data, we've got lots of data on corn. So if you look at, we've actually commercialized this product in corn. So we are a startup, but we have revenues in corn and soy. We're here with Ag Launch to build data around cotton and rice, which are new crops for us. So we're kind of a startup within a startup, if you look at it that way. But if you look at the data we've got on corn, we've got 41 locations over the last 6 years, and we're seeing a 6 to 11 bushel per acre increase on those studies on average. In addition, we're driving fertilizer efficiency, root mass, larger ears with better fill, and thicker stalks that stand up better in hail and wind and those types of scenarios. Soybeans, same story. We've done 21 studies across 5 years, and we're seeing a 2 to 6 bushel per acre improvement on beans, better fertilizer, better stems, improved root mass, and pod set. In fact, we see the roots typically break through the hard pan using the microbes. When we don't have the microbes, we sometimes see the roots make 90-degree angles when they hit that hard pan. So really valuable tool for the bean farmer. It's easy to apply. You don't have to make a separate pass over the farm. We want to work in with what you're already doing. It's a ½ gallon an acre, as close to planting as practical. We can put it down in furrow with a starter. We can go down with a side dress, 2x2. We can even go in with a pre or post over the top and mix in that way as well. You can go up just after emergence, but we want to get it as close to emergence as practical. It's 100 mesh screen, no problem. We're not going to plug or slow down your spray rig, so nothing to worry about there. And as I said, we are refrigerated for long-term storage, but out of refrigeration, we've got a good 4 weeks to use the material and get it out in the field. If we can't use it within 4 weeks, we just need to put it back in refrigeration, which our distributors across the country have that capability to do. We're going to market with a farmer-dealer network, so we're helping the farmer that way too. We're helping them improve their operations with yield and fertilizer efficiency, but we're also taking that entrepreneurial farmer who may want to have another business revenue stream on the farm, and we're helping him be a farmer-dealer. They help us be a testimonial farm locally and access their community and store our material locally and distribute. So we are looking for farmer dealers if we don't have one in your area. But you can see here we've got 43 farmer dealers. And when we don't have a farmer dealer, we can sell to you directly until we get a farmer dealer into your market. So how do we engage Holganix? Well, we're really looking to build data and get experience around cotton and rice as well as pasture and grasses. So Ag Launch has been really helpful in helping us connect us with farmers to help build that data. So if you'd like to work with us on that, we'd love to get into those markets and produce that data. But if you want to use us on corn and soy, we're now on, this year we're going to be on about 380,000 acres of corn and soy, and we'd love to add your ground to that mix if we can help you improve profit per acre and soil health. We've also got that farmer dealer opportunity. So if that's interesting, if you got a seed business or you're looking to build an extra business on the farm, we'd love to talk to you, see if it's a fit geographically and see if it makes sense for you all. We're also looking to raise money, and so love to have farmers on the cap table, and if there's an opportunity to talk to you about that, we'd like to do that as well. So that concludes my presentation. There's my contact information up there. We've got a couple other guys up there on the board that you may see around at different shows. I'll be out at the Ag Launch booth. Thank you for giving me some time to present my material, and thank you to Ag Launch for allowing us to be part of this community.